Alright, so we're back with another 2,000 point battle report here from my house. We're playing Blood Angels against IG today. My wife's using my Blood Angels again, and I'm using my Imperial Guard. If you're wondering why we keep playing from my house instead of the game store lately, the answer is right there in my wife's arms. We just had our first baby. She's a week old now, so we've been hanging out at the house lately, but keep getting games in and keep trying to post them for you, so that's where we're at now. Sooner or later I'll get back to the store to keep playing, but this is what we're doing for now. So, anyway, her army is the same. It's got the 2 Land Raiders, Redeemers, full of Assault Squads, 3 Predators, 10 Assault Marines, Jump Packs, Vanguard Veterans, 2 Priests, and Librarian. It's the same list I was using for a little while. Now she's been using it for the last couple of reports. So, that's what she's got, and I have a huge wall over here. There's 12 Chimeras, 3 Lehman Russ battle tanks. We're actually not deployed right now. It's Dawn of War. So this one appears deployed with a Junior Officer Squad with 4 melt guns inside. And she has that 1 Land Raider behind that wall over there. It's got the Librarian and Assault Squad. And Blood Angels take it as a dedicated transport, so it's legal to deploy it. So anyway, everything else will be coming on turn 1. I have 3 infantry squads. No, I have 2 infantry squads with 3 platoons. Or 3, anyway. 2 platoons with 3 squads. Haha, there we go. 2 platoons with 3 squads each. Each squad has a las cannon and a Chimera. The Junior Officer squads and all of them have 4 melta guns and a Chimera. I have 2 Psyker battle squads in Chimeras, just their small 4-man, or 4 Psykers and a Sergeant. And then 2 command squads in Chimeras. And then 3 standard Lehman Russ battle tanks with hull-mounted las cannons. So it's just a huge iron wall over here. Gonna try and advance. We're playing Dawn of War and Capturing Control, so I have my one over there, she has her one there. I have first turn, and that's right. So we'll be back with IG turn 1 and see what happens. Alright, so we're back at the end of Imperial Guard 1, turn 1. Nothing really happened, obviously, because it was Dawn of War, so she had nothing on the board. My Melta squad moved up and popped smoke there in the middle, and everything else kind of just moved on the board. Kind of crowded everything in. I have a Lehman Russ on either corner, one in the center of the board. Command squad there on the left-hand side, followed by an infantry squad. Second command squad here in the middle. Whole row of infantry squads in the back. And then Psykers and that white Chimera on the far side. Psykers and the gray Chimera, and then the other Junior Officer squad there in the middle. So that's kind of the IG deployment after turn 1. We moved on. Knife fight, so I didn't fire anything. She had nothing on the board. We're back with Blood Angels turn 1 and see if we can actually get some action going on. Alright, so Blood Angels turn 1. Everything came on. We got a Land Raider with Assault Squad. Predator came over here. Both those came on, pop smoke. This Predator came on, fired in here. Actually got 3 penetrating hits into that Chimera and made all 3 saves. Then one of the Librarian back there just held steady, trying to stay with my melta guns up here. And the last Predator came in on this side. So we have the 2 deep striking squads, obviously still in reserve. I'm all on the board, so we'll be back with a IG turn 2 and see what happens. Oh, and I forgot to mention the objectives. Her objective is behind this big black pillar here, and my objective is underneath this center middle white Chimera right there, parked on top of it. So that's where the objective's at, and we'll be back with turn 2. So it was an atrocious turn this time for the guard. We did terrible. Mainly, actually, just one unit did terrible, actually. It was these guys back in the back. Junior officers rolled up, 4 melta guns in the squad, bailed out. Fired at that Land Raider who was wouldn't even got a cover save or nothing, and rolled a 1, 2, 3, and a 3. So not even a single hit in that squad. Land Raider survives. But anyway, moved up with the other Melta squad. I got Psykers here protecting their back. These Psykers moved up on the right hand side. This one immobilized itself, trying to go through the trees. I kind of had to reposition. I moved a lot of my las cannons I wouldn't normally, but the Vanguard veterans are coming in, so I don't want to get just mass blown up here. So the 2 Chimeras on the outside here moved 7 inches. The 3 in the back held still actually fired. Kind of create a bubble if they scatter there, possibly kill themselves. But this guy tried to move up also, but mobilized. And then these guys over here, the back one stayed still. The front one moved up like 8 inches to kind of block his front. All the Lehman Russes scooted forward a little bit just to move so they don't get auto hit in close combat if they deep strike and assault them. So that's where we're at. And the only damage we managed to do this turn is this Lehman Russ over here fired and immobilized the Predator who is hiding behind the corner over there. That Predator back there. And we glanced Land Raider roll a 1, so it doesn't care at all, just shaking. But it's just going to move up anyway. So that's where we're at. We'll be back with Blood Angels turn 2. Alright, so we're back at the end of Blood Angels turn 2. It was a much more eventful round this turn, had more action. The Assault Squad that was in reserve deep struck in. The Vanguard did not. So the Vanguard is still out. She rolled a 1, decided not to reroll to keep me moving about the board. But anyway, starting off with this back center one got a weapon destroyed. These guys deep struck in and just whiffed. Rolled 2 1s to hit with their melta guns. They shot at my melta squad there. And then the bolt pistols didn't do anything to my armor 10 either. So they just landed and did nothing. The Land Raider fired into my Lehman Russ and just bounced off the armor. Predator shot in, that one, and blew one of my weapons off. The Land Raider back there, of course, flamed my junior officers and just killed all my melty guns. They all died. That Lehman Russ, that Chimera also lost a weapon and is shaken. And oh, the second half of the assault squad. This is a combat squad of an assault squad. The other half deep struck in back behind on their objective, scattered a full 6 inches backwards off the table, rolled a 1 and died. So 5 Marines went down, but everything else is moving up and in good shape. So I lost a junior officer squad, she lost half an assault squad, and I took some damage to some Paris. We'll be back with IG turn 3 and see how we retaliate. Alright, so we're back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 3. It was a much more eventful turn for us this time. Brought my Melta squad back around this way, full speed reverse, bailed the guys out. My command squad right here gave them bring it down, and they actually glanced the Land Raider and then rolled a 6 to wreck it. My melta guns just aren't on target, but they wrecked it anyway. Then I shot like all of my multi-lasers from my Chimeras at them, and they just made every armor save but one. I think I only killed one guy in the squad. And they also have a priest, so I feel no pain also, but it was crazy, so none of them died. This Lehman Russ here fired into there and nuked that Predator that was hiding behind the Land Raider. That Predator made it through unscathed, and so did the Land Raider, but this one over here is also shaken, hiding behind the wall there. And then the 5-man squad took a whole torrent of fire and got nuked in the middle. So we killed that one assault squad and killed a Land Raider and a Predator. So it was a very good turn for the IG, but we're still going to have to figure out how to get that objective out from behind that wall over there. But I tried to use 2 psychic powers, but she shut them both down with a psychic hood over there. But that's where we're at this turn. We're back with Blood Angels turn 3 and see if those Vanguard come on and mess up my back lines. Alright, so we're back at the end of Blood Angels turn 3, and as you can tell, there's a lot less Chimera on the board. It was a very eventful turn for the Blood Angels. The Vanguard came in and did like a 4-way assault. The Sergeant went into the gray one, 1 went into the yellow one, 2 went into the white one, another one went into this one that's not here anymore. That one exploded and killed the guy who assaulted it. This one is weapon destroyed and immobilized. That one wrecked, and that one wrecked. And then these guys in the back pinned. And then over here, this middle Chimera that's gone got killed by the Predator in the back. The Land Raider tried to shoot the Psyker's Chimera but didn't do anything. And then the squad here assaulted my Melta squad that was up front and also assaulted this back Chimera here. Exploded the back Chimera with my command squad in it and then killed the Melta squad, consolidated 6 inches, and ended up there. So that's what happened this turn. Nothing else really happened on either edge of the board. It was all kind of right in the middle of what happened. So that's where we're at turn 3. Going into turn 4, lost 5 Chimeras in one turn. That's kind of painful. We'll be back and see how we retaliate. So things are looking grim for the Imperial Guard in this turn. We were able to kill the Vanguard. Fired like all of these guys over here. I first rank fire, second rank fire on those guys, on these guys. Shot everything into them and finally took them down. But these guys right here are just boss. They do not die. I fired this Lehman Russ into them and scattered off and only hit 2, and then made 2 cover saves. That Lehman Russ fired sideways, hit this Power Fist guy, scattered a full 12 inches, blew up and off my own Chimera. That was pretty awesome. And then the Lehman Russ on the far side fired over, hit 4 of them, wounded 4 of them, and made 4 more cover saves. So they just do not die. And then they also took some small arm fire between feel no pain and armor saves. Just nothing happened to them at all. Not a single guy died. And I even tried to use a psychic power on them and stopped it with a hood, even though I rolled a 6 on my leadership. But it was terrible. So we killed the Vanguard, and that is about it. So we're going to get punched in the face again by these Blood Angels, and we'll see if we can recover on turn 5 from it. But I did push up the right-hand side, trying to get behind that wall of stuff over there to get to contest that objective. So that's where we're at. We're going to Blood Angels turn 4 and see what happens. Alright, so the end of Blood Angels turn 4, and they continue to cut a swath out of my army here. These guys moved up and assaulted into my Lehman Russ and that infantry squad that were there. Only managed to stun my Lehman Russ, but obviously wiped the infantry squad. They consolidated back, so they're touching cover there and there. The Land Raider scooted back on top of the objective behind the big wall there. Fired into this Chimera, only managed to glance, but I made my cover save from being 50% behind these. That Predator fired in and stunned this command Chimera here, so my command squad stunned. And then the Predator hiding behind the wall there that I finally did not stun this turn, fired into my white Chimera there and immobilized it. So that was all that happened this turn, but it's pretty brutal. Got this huge blob here. My objective is right underneath this white Chimera. So turn 5, I'm going to have Blood Angels all over my objective. So we're going to try and change it around and see what's going to go happen, but we're back with IG turn 5. Alright, so we're back at the end of Imperial Guard turn 5 and a huge turn of events. I finally got my psychic powers off, first time this game. My 2 cellular battle squads weakened resolved. That Marine squad is now fleeing. I literally got everybody out of my chimeras and fired. I used furthering fire, single ray fire twice. Everything in those guys. Finally killed half the squad. 2 battle cannons, and then put them down to leadership 2 for their leadership check, and they broke and ran. So they are fleeing. So I finally secured my objective. Kinda, it's underneath that one there. And but I was not able to get to her objective on that wall. There's that predator in the way. So my Chimera went around the right hand side there, but it's going to take at least another turn to get back there if it lives through the Land Raider that's back there, and it's got a squad inside. So not very likely, but smoke could hold out. It might happen, who knows. But anyway, so I secured my objective finally on turn 5. These guys are fleeing. See what happens on their turn, see if they shoot some long range multi-guns and blow something up, I don't know. But we'll be back with Blood Angels turn 5, see if they can't get these guys to rally somehow and blow up my guys up front. We'll be back, see what happens. Alright, so the end of Blood Angels turn 5, and she decided to have sweet revenge on my Psychers for making her squad flee. Blew up this Chimera the Psychers were in and killed 1 of them. Blew up that Chimera my Psychers were in and killed 3 of them. And then that one Chimera in the back that I was kind of going around this corner with got immobilized and went destroyed, so it's not going anywhere. Both Psyker squads held out. This one didn't need a leadership check, but those guys stood still. And that was about, oh, and immobilized this Chimera also. So that one's immobilized, that one exploded. So that's all she did with her little fire base back there in the corner. So it's currently a draw. I have this objective underneath my Chimera there. She's holding hers back there, their Land Raider. So we'll roll to see if it ends and see what happens. Here we go. Way over there. It's a 1. So it's over. It's a draw. Couldn't get behind that building back there to get to that objective, but did finally get these guys off mine. So it was a good game. A lot bloodier than I thought it was going to be. Wasn't sure I was going to be able to crack any of those Land Raiders after I lost that first Melta squad. But anyway, that was it. So thanks for watching.